Man U and success. Somebody will say, what is it with you and Man U and success? I've been a Man U fan and I've seen people pot from Man U to other teams, but we remain there until Man U begins to live in that glory where they were those days. And today we're talking about teamwork. Teamwork. In the field of play, there is what we call teamwork. A football team is made up of 11 players. But permit me to say that those 11 players are the only people you see on the field. In addition to those 11 players, we have more players on the bench. We also have what we call the coaching crew. We have the coach, we have the assistant coach, and we have a lot of persons in that team. A team is made up of different players. A team coming to analyze that 11, you have the defender, you have the goalkeeper, you have the midfielder, and you have the strikers. All these people make up a team. You can't be successful without teamwork. Without teamwork. Understanding who is a goalkeeper, understanding who is a striker, understanding who is a midfielder, understanding who is a defender, understanding when you can even alternate these persons. Teamwork, and that is success. The difference between another successful man and another one is in his ability to harness these team players. Know which player is playing where. Because if you decide to put a striker in the post and a goalkeeper whose work is to pull out at the striking, it affects performance, which also directly affects success. It might shock you to also know that among the team, there are people you don't even know. If you look at Man U has what they call the staff. Among the staffs, you have what we call the physiotherapists, video assistants, video analysts. You have even what they call the scouts. A lot of people have not heard of it. You are shocked. That is part of the thing. But maybe to also add that on the team, we have both living and non-living team players. In the team, you must even faction out the role of your competitor or your opponent in the team. Because in understanding that, you know that the strategy you use for this opponent or this competitor is not the same strategy you use for another competitor. No wonder in a particular match, you see that a team decides to defend. They put more of the defenders and the midfielders and put one striker. In another match, they decide to put more of the strikers. That is what we understand as teamwork. Teamwork is understanding that every member of the team is important. Somebody said, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with plenty or many reasonable persons. Do you even know the team players in that particular career or business? On your way to success, on your journey to success, who are the team players related to what you're doing? Have you analyzed them? Have you analyzed the role they play? Let me shock you. Nigeria played a particular World Cup qualifier match against South Africa, and it will shock you that the pitch they used was part of a team player, which influenced their performance. They didn't factor it out in what they were doing, and to them, it worked against them. But not understanding that their opponents used the pitch as part of their own team. Non-living team player. In your way to success, there are things that you don't want to factor out, but unconsciously they follow. You see life, you see health, you see God, you see government. They play a role in success. No wonder we see some kind of businessmen where they fraternize with the government to understand what kind of government policy will favor their business. Some of us do our business forgetting that these policies are part of players. Opponents, negative people are part of your team. As you draw it out, when you see coach on the line, they have something they are drawing. They are drawing which player in this team will influence us. So what do? This player should be more important. If it's not effective, you remove him. There was a particular match, at the beginning of the match, a goalkeeper was sent out. The coach had to realign his team again because his team players are no longer 11, they are 10. You pull out one person and put another person. Who and what are part of your team players for your way to success. In that your business, have you factored out the raw material, the location of the raw material, how to move the raw material from one place to another? These are part of the thing. Or you're just looking at only staff. Have you talked about where those staff will stay? Have you talked about those they will interact with? Have you even talked about the family? Even in the family, your team players, as you choose your spouse, you must understand that that is also another important team player that will influence your success. You want to be successful and you don't want teamwork. How will that be possible? Human beings are social beings. They interact with people. Understanding the right position for every team player will help you achieve success and even greater success. Don't throw away team players and team work. Thank you.